What is up, guys? Welcome to Diggity, a video game podcast. I'm Jeff James. As always, with me is the incredible, unobtainable ruler of the Bahamas, luscious Brody Faults. How are you, my friend?
Got that Bahamas now.
Episode number 99. My dudes, my jabronis, my brothers from another mothers, my peeps, my squeaks, my squirrels. Episode number 99. Let it be known, we made it.
We made it. And on top of that, it's episode 99, and we were just talking about this before the show. It's episode 99, but it's also our year anniversary of doing this, which is awesome. But it bugs the shit out of me that we didn't hit episode 100 and 1 year all at the same time.
Well, hey, that's our luck.
That's about right. We should have just done one random episode in there to make it work out.
Sums up the journey of this podcast so far.
Yeah.
Easily. Oh my God, dude. Guys, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Diggity Podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Search for Diggity. We are now actually on the first page when you search for us. Thank God for that. Slowly taking over the Blackstreet music video. It's gonna be great. Maybe one day we'll make our own and get sued. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Deezer. If you ever heard of that place, tune in, Stitcher, wherever, my dudes. We are there. If you hit the subscribe button, you'll get notified of the new ear hotness.
I hate that so much.
So we can fill your ear holes. Yep. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, if you can. And with that, let's just jump right into it, my friend. What did you play this weekend?
I am still playing through Fire Emblem, Three Houses, which I am like almost 40 hours into it. Still haven't beat it yet. I'm hearing roughly like 50 to 60 hours for most people. Some people are getting up to like 80 hours out of one playthrough. So I'm probably not too terribly far, given where the story's at. It seems probably pretty close, probably getting around like 55 to 60 hours, I would think. Played a little bit of Apex Legends with you and Craig. What was that, Friday night? Yeah. And then I played the Modern Warfare 2v2 Alpha on PlayStation, and I played about 5 hours of that, 4.5 hours to 5 hours of it, all in one sitting too. I just kept playing, which we'll talk about that a little bit later. What'd you play?
Aside from Apex Legends, I played the game of life this weekend.
Yeah.
Went for a bachelor party. So really, I mean, in between periods of using the bathroom at the bar, I played Dr. Mario. You're welcome, Nintendo.
Woo!
But yeah,
nothing
other than
like plugging their game while you're on the shit.
Taking a dump. Yep. Now, yeah, other than Apex Legends, I mean, that's really what I ripped on Friday. I guess I played a tiny bit of Overwatch at the start on Friday, but I wouldn't really count it. But yeah, other than that, Dr. Mario. So
nice, man.
That's it, dude. What's the upcoming games, my friend?
All right, there's a ton coming out this week. So October 27th, Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey is coming out on PC. Arizona Sunshine: The Damned DLC is coming to PC VR and PSVR. The Bard's Tale 4 Director's Cut is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Control is coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Taste of Power is coming to PC. World of Warcraft Classic is coming to PC. And Wreckfest is coming to PS4 and Xbox One, which this is actually all of that came out yesterday. Sorry. August 28th, Headspun is coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Monsters Sanctuary is coming to PC. On August 29th, Bubsy Paws on Fire is coming to Switch. Heave Ho is coming to PC and Switch. Just Cause 4, Danger Rising DLC is coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Renzo Racer is coming to PC and PC VR. August 30th, Astral Chain is coming to Switch. Blair Witch is coming to PC and Xbox One. The Dark Pictures Man of Medan is coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Remothered Tormented Fathers is coming to Switch, which we already talked about how messed up that name is. Root Letter Last Answer is coming to PS4 and Switch in Europe. And on September 3rd, Catherine Full Body is coming to PS4. Children of Morta is coming to PC. Final Fantasy VIII Remastered is coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Last Oasis is coming to PC. Phoenix Point is coming to PC and Xbox One. Root Letter Last Answer is coming to PS4 and Switch in the US. And Spyro Reignited Trilogy is coming to PC and Switch.
Dude, that was
What
a
a
lot.
list. What a
That
list.
was a lot. Holy
uh
shit.
yeah, and this list is it's got some good stuff in there. Obviously, you got World of Warcraft Classic,
Mhm.
and on top of that, Control and Astral Chain are kind of some of the other heavy hitters here. A lot of people are excited for Blair Witch, but yeah, there's some good stuff in here. Oh, Phoenix Point, which we've talked about before, but this week I am actually going to play Control and try to beat it. So I will have a review next week. And I'm also probably going to pick up Astral Chain, which is a game I've been looking forward to. So yeah, it's going to be a busy week for me.
Dude, I don't know if you've been, keeping up on the, World of Warcraft Classic, but the queues and stuff, the wait line is
It's
insane.
insane. I've seen some where people are like have to wait like 5 hours to even play the game.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
so many people playing it right now.
John Resinger from, Rooster Teeth, follow him on, Instagram, on Twitter, and his thing was, his story was like, he started off with like a 3-hour wait.
Yeah, yeah, it's
He finally
crazy.
got in it. It's wild. I mean, they're gonna make so much money off that. It's gonna be insane.
Did you see? I saw a picture today of there was like an NPC that you had to go kill or whatever, and there was a queue, like just people lined up waiting to take their turn to kill this NPC. I was like, holy cow. And it was a long line too. It wasn't like, oh, 4 or 5 people. It was like hundreds, just all of these people just standing in line waiting to kill this one character, which I think is hysterical. But that would be like a great thing for one of those my life as an NPC type of things,
Yeah.
and just sees a line of people waiting to kill him. Like, oh man. But yeah, that is going to make them so much money right now. And we actually have a brief little news story on that later. So good
Yeah.
stuff.
In also on the topic of, I guess, kind of remasters. There's some gaff going around, about different, remasters that are possibly coming out. So, a leak has surfaced from the GameStop con that Aladdin and Lion King HD remasters will be releasing in October. And according to the leak, this will include original soundtracks as well as the Genesis and SNES versions. The remasters are supposed to be available for pre-order from GameStop starting today, and will be coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Do we know if they're available yet right now?
No, they should be on the 28th.
Oh,
This all surfaced on the day that we recorded. So,
okay.
but yeah, GameStop Con is like an exclusive thing for people who work
Managers,
for
right?
GameStop, managers
Yeah.
predominantly, yeah. And I've heard a little bit about it from like our local or a few of our local managers and whatnot, but take it with a grain of salt. This is coming from a guy on Twitter that supposedly works for GameStop. He only has a few followers, nothing crazy. It's not like he's known for these big old leaks. He's not Wario 64 or anything like that, but definitely something we'll find out probably tomorrow when this episode goes live, or today, I guess. But yeah, Aladdin, I played the absolute shit out of that game
Yeah,
on Genesis. Played a
same.
ton of that game. I never really played the Lion King game though. I will be honest on that. I never
Uh,
really touched it.
Played a little bit of the Lion King game. The Aladdin game is better in my opinion, but
Oh yeah.
a lot of those
Yeah.
Disney games, though, are kind of the same game, just
Yeah.
reskin.
Pretty much. They were all just a side-scrolling platformer for the most part, but I remember Aladdin being pretty difficult, once you got further in the game. I mean, you'd make it to the end, and then there would be some cheap kill. But yeah, this is cool, man. I
Disney
like
killing
seeing
it
old
again.
games brought forward, so
Disney making money again.
yeah. Speaking of making money, Ninja has now partnered with Adidas.
Woo,
So
what?
yesterday, Ninja took to Twitter to announce his partnership with Adidas, the first pro gamer deal for the company, which is kind of an odd company
Is
to have a
Ninja
dealer.
really a pro gamer? I don't know. I
No,
don't want
at this
anyone to get
point,
the wrong word
he's a
about it. I mean,
streamer.
he's a
Eh,
streamer, but he's not really. I
yeah,
mean, he's not winning tournaments. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. He made his appearance kind
I
of
don't
in
think he's
some
a terrible guy. I
esports.
think he's a smart guy. His
Yeah,
wife is a smart lady. She's his manager, but yeah, I don't. I wouldn't really call him a.
a pro gamer at this point. No, I
Yeah,
mean he makes money off of gaming, so I guess the lines are kind of blurred. But he's
professionally.
not
Yeah,
winning. He's not winning tournaments or
sure,
anything.
sure,
He's
sure, sure.
just making a ton of money by playing games, which is awesome. But his tweet said, "No shortcuts, only long days. Never let anyone tell you you can't catch your dreams. Choose your path, put the time in. I'm humbled and excited to officially announce my partnership with Adidas Originals." Uh, and then he linked to his website, which is adidas.com/ninja, and then a hashtag created with Adidas. So this man is basically storing his money in a container made of money. And then when he takes a dump, he wipes his butt with more money. This guy is making money like it is nobody's business
It's disgusting.
between between just the streaming stuff that he's making, and then on top of that, now he has the partnership with Mixer. He's now sponsored by Adidas. Like this dude is just rolling in money. It is unreal. I could not say money any more times in this segment, but
Money.
money. Just absolutely crazy. Good for him. I mean, you I'm sure heard his story of streaming and not making any money at the time, and
Yeah, what
kind of
was it?
almost struggling
What were the
along.
call notes on it? What was it?
What's that?
The call notes on that story? What did he
Uh I don't quite remember the details, but I just remember he was streaming for a long time and
whole
wasn't
year, right?
making.
2 years or something, didn't make shit?
Yeah, yeah, and basically was just, living off of his wife's income, and then,
Drake
he
them.
did that yeah, he did that stream with Drake, and all of a sudden everything took off, and now the dude is just killing it, absolutely killing it.
He's gonna own everything soon.
Yeah.
Uh, more news, Mario Kart Tour will be available soon. It's a pretty quick one. Nintendo of America tweeted on Monday that the game will be available on September 25th for both iOS and Android, and pre-registrations are now open, so get on there. If you're on iOS, hit get, and you'll
Get.
get that order. And if you're on Android, go to the Google Play Store and hit what? Install?
I think it's pre-register is what they
Oh,
usually are right now. But
okay.
yeah, played the beta of it. It is a mobile version of Mario Kart with a slight gotcha system. It's not too bad. It if you really get into Mario Kart, especially if you want something that you can play on the go other than your Switch, this is not a bad option. I actually had a little bit of fun with it. I'm not a huge mobile gamer, so this doesn't do a ton for me personally, but it's definitely good and worth checking out.
Replace Dr. Mario Toilet Time for me.
Yeah, yeah, I imagine it would.
Perfect. You
I
know, it
mean,
should have been
there's
all right.
only one driver, you don't it's not like Double Dash or
Double dash,
anything,
baby.
but maybe in a future update, who knows?
Oh my
Uh,
god. Can only hope. But Reggie's gone now. My dreams are dead.
yep, yep, your dreams died with Reggie, but Reggie's still alive, he's just retired.
Damn.
So Studio MDHR has released official Cuphead sheet music, which is pretty cool. The
Mhm.
sheet music can be purchased in 4 different styles. The first style is High School Concert Band, which includes a PDF scores and parts for 2 popular Cuphead tunes, which are Die House and Inkwell Isle. And these will cost $30, so pretty reasonable, honestly. High School Jazz Band contains PDF scores and parts for 4 songs. Carnival Kerfuffle, Closing credits, All Bets Are Off, and Floral Fury, which is $35. Professional charts, the PDF scores and parts for 7 songs, which are All Bets Are Off, Carnival Kerfuffle, Clip Joint Calamity, Closing Credits, Floral Fury, Sugarland Shimmy, and Threatening Zeppelin for $50. And then you can actually get the Barbershop Quartet charts, which includes the original Barbershop Quartet arrangements of Don't Deal with the Devil and A Quick Break, as sung by Shoptimus Prime, which is awesome.
Unreal.
Fantastic name. Uh, and these are actually only $5, so that's pretty cool as well. Went and listened to the soundtrack while I was writing this up, and God, it's such a
It is
great
fantastic.
soundtrack.
It is
It's so
wonderful.
good. But yeah, if you're a musician and want to get some sheet music, go check it out.
Yeah, they're really killing it on finding different revenue streams for this game, dude. I
Yeah,
mean, they that studio is killing it. Another studio that's killing it, World of Warcraft's killing it, bruh.
right.
Twitch viewership for World of Warcraft hit numbers over 1 million on the launch day of World of Warcraft Classic. Holy crap, I can't say that 15 times fast. They showed a huge spike in viewership and consumed roughly 50% of all Twitch viewership. 50% of a website was towards one game. Holy shit.
Yeah.
On a normal day, the game only sees viewership around 34,000 to 35,000 people. So, holy shit.
Yeah, and just a side note here, there is no way to, separate the regular World of Warcraft and World of Warcraft Classic, so this is all numbers, but at the same time, I mean, you can compare what
Yeah.
it was at before, and
Yeah. Well,
so
there was 900 and,
right.
you know,
Yeah, I think
900,000 other people viewing this
the
than
exact
normal.
number was, like, 1.1 million viewers, so yeah, you're still over 1 million viewers just with just with the new Classic, it's insane.
Yeah. Dude, I'm just curious to see how many people sign up now for World of Warcraft. Um, And and I think there's a whole generation that really didn't get into it that much,
Yeah,
like our generation. So I'm really curious to see if this brings them in and then they build upon that, you know? Obviously, this is for our generation to come back
right.
and some others as well for Vanilla WoW to come in and do their shit, but I really think that this might get some new generation and like Ethan or somebody might come into this and be like, "Man, have you guys heard of World of Warcraft?" And then we sit there and go, "Fuck, yes, we have, Ethan.
Have you heard
Yes."
of this new game, World of Warcraft? Oh, you mean the game that originally launched in
But wait, but
2004?
but wait, but
Okay.
wait, have you heard about this thing?
Yeah,
Have you
but
heard about this game? But wait,
I
it's,
hope
like,
he listens
massive
to this
online.
episode.
But wait, it's huge. We love you,
It's,
Ethan.
like, really big right now. No, this is cool. I'm curious to see how long this lasts just because it is a big nostalgia thing, and I wonder if people are gonna realize that, vanilla WoW in this day and age is not great. There's a lot of quality of life improvements and things that have been made to the game over the last decade and a half that really improved upon it. So I'm wondering if this is going to be a nostalgia thing that only lasts for so long, and then people are like, "Oh, right, we like modern MMOs better now." Uh, but it's still
Maybe.
cool to see. I'm sure a lot of people are into it, and I'm sure it'll be at least a big thing for a while and make Activision Blizzard a ton of money,
Mhm.
a metric butt ton.
Uh, Talking about butt ton of stuff, um
What an awesome segue.
yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this one. Brody, there's a game to which that you hate and despise, and I love with every passion, every bone in my body.
Yeah.
Uh, Overwatch may possibly be coming to the Nintendo Switch, and I could not be more excited. It may not sound like it, but that's because I'm recovering from a hangover, a 2-day hangover. But I am internally excited for Overwatch to possibly come to the Switch. The rumor started circulating again on Monday after an officially licensed Overwatch themed Nintendo Switch case appeared on Amazon, and the case is made by Power A. It is black with orange highlights and the Overwatch logo in a few different spots. The item was quickly removed from the marketplace, but it does seem to point to an announcement of Overwatch finally making its way to the Switch soon, perhaps. I mean,
Hmm.
this is also the fact that it's Overwatch and they've literally licensed the shit out of everything
It's
possible.
true, but it
But
it would be kinda weird to license something that your game is not on.
yes,
Uh
it would.
Oh yeah, I feel like at this point it's pretty much inevitable. There is an impending announcement coming very soon. I would imagine this probably hit a little bit early. So, and a lot of people are speculating that the announcement will actually happen during the fall Nintendo Direct, and then we will see more of it at BlizzCon, which would make sense. I mean, that's the timeline that makes the most sense, especially with this
When is
releasing
that
currently.
again? When's BlizzCon? God, is that
I
November?
was scared you
October?
were gonna yeah, it's somewhere around that.
Let me look it
I
up while
think
you
it's
do.
October.
Let
think
me see.
October, and then last year the fall Nintendo Direct was in September, so
November
that would
1st.
November. Okay, yeah, I was thinking end of October somewhere in there, but yeah, this is I it's got to be coming soon. This has been rumored for like
So
2 years now,
soon.
and it's just a matter of time. And then I am going to hate you even more because all you do is play Overwatch. I'm just kidding.
Send those invites, baby, to Overwatch. Woo!
No,
On the
I
Switch.
will not.
I'm curious to see what it's gonna look like on a Switch.
I don't think it'll be too bad because they can get away. It's a cartoony game, so they can get away
Yeah,
with a lot there.
but I mean, it plays really good, you know what I
It
mean?
does play really good.
So, I
That is
mean,
going to be the
can you
big thing. Is
translate that to the Nintendo Switch without getting frustrated about how it plays? There's gonna be a completely I mean, the performance on a Switch in terms of your performance as a player by the way,
yeah.
yes, this is a mug that says Indiana and has a little heart on it. But
Aw.
the performance to which a player on a Switch versus even just a console, I mean, like an Xbox or PS4 has to be dramatically different in handheld mode. It's gonna be brutal.
Everybody's gonna look like a furry because it's gonna be so
Oh
fuzzy
my
on the edges and shit.
god.
Widowmaker's gonna look like she's covered in fur.
Ugh,
Whoa.
what's that melody? It's the weirdest thing ever. That guy's saying
Yeah.
Sigma. Ugh.
Old Sigma. So Game Pass is now helping support Mixer partners. So Microsoft has now added a new way to help support your favorite Mixer streamer. For every person that joins Xbox Game Pass and uses a streamer's code, the partner will receive $3, which is actually a pretty good cut from that. Considering Game Pass is like $10 and Game Pass Ultimate is like 15. So new members or people upgrading to Game Pass Ultimate will have 30 days to enter the Mixer partner's code into the Xbox app or PC, or sorry, on PC or the Xbox Game Pass app on mobile
So
devices.
many variances.
Oh, it's so much. So this feature can be accessed by going to the account menu and clicking on support a creator, and then you enter their code and they get money. This new support feature is now or will now work alongside a previous system called Mixer Direct Purchase that allowed Mixer partners to earn money from games and DLC sales directly through their Mixer channel. So this is cool. I mean, more money to streamers and people and easier ways to support them by doing things you were probably already going to do anyways.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's making Mixer that much more viable over Twitch, which they picked up Ninja. They're definitely making a lot of moves to make people want to come to Mixer versus Twitch and take over the world. Pretty much is what they want to do.
Yep.
So cool stuff there. And for our little final bit before we get into a special type of deal at the end of this episode, I played the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2v2 Alpha. Have some
Ooh.
brief thoughts on that and let you question some things if you had some questions. And
Yeah.
yeah, so this alpha was only open to PlayStation players. It was open to anyone who had PlayStation Plus. So I played about 4.5 to 5 hours of it. It's really a pretty cool game mode. I sat down and I played that all in one stint. I mean, I sat down and I really couldn't put it down.
Jeez.
I was staying up because I was getting ready to switch over tonight.
That's a
So
good sign.
yeah, I got the 4 hours all in one go, and I actually had to force myself to stop because I was like, yeah, I should probably go to bed now. Um, so there were two game types kind of available during all of this, which were gunfight, which allowed you to use random weapons, and everyone has the same weapons. It's 2v2, very small maps, almost like speedball, and actually one of the courses is actually a speedball map. And as the alpha went on, they kind of added in another game type, which was gunfight OPS or ops. It was all caps. I'm not sure which way you're supposed to say it. Which all of the weapons were on the map. You didn't start with anything, so you could go around and pick up things or different weapons and equipment. And that game mode, honestly, I didn't enjoy as much as the original gunfight. I like the random weapons and everybody being uh, kitted out the same way. Um, and they added in some new maps as the alpha went as well. I think it was one new map per day. So first off, I wanted to start with the cons or the problems that I ran into during this. I had a few moments where matchmaking was weird. It didn't act quite right. It was really slow, or it just wasn't working at all. It seemed to be pretty random as to when this would happen. It wasn't like a consistent issue. It was just kind of here and there. But for the most part, it wasn't too bad. I think it happened like 3 times during that 5 hours, and again, this is an
Yeah.
alpha. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
alpha.
ways out,
Being
but
stress tested.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And like I said, just touching on anything and everything I really noticed. I was making notes as I was
Mhm,
playing.
mhm.
The voice chat was very buggy. I don't know what was going on with the voice chat, but it was one of those things where when people would talk, it would just pretty much cut out completely.
Uh,
And so in this game mode, communication with your teammate is extremely important, and not work is no bueno. But it sometimes it would be okay. My first couple matches was all right, and then after that, it was kind of hit or miss. You kind of make out what your teammate was saying, but not very clear at all. Uh, there was some character models clipping through cover, which is a problem in a game mode this tense.
when
So
you're trying to find cover, yeah.
yeah, you're trying to find cover and your character model would clip through, and it wasn't something where you could shoot them through that cover, but it was something where you could see them. So if they were trying to hide and you see a gun and half a kneecap hanging out of some random board somewhere. I had a match like that where the guy was trying to hide from me, and I came around the corner because I could see him through the wall, and he didn't even know I was coming, and just took him out with a shotgun. Smokes or smoke grenades actually appear to be client side, which is a big issue, and I don't know why companies keep doing this. So somebody will see smokes on their side, but on the other side, they won't see it. So it makes a giant issue there. That's
Huh.
something that Battlefield 1 did as well. They would have like all of the weather effects and stuff be client side at first. And so when the big sandstorm came through on that sand map, I don't remember the name of it. It some people would see it and some people wouldn't, which is a huge thing when you're talking about visibility in a shooter.
Right.
So hopefully they get that all cleared up, which I assume they will. And I also had a problem with people leaving matches a lot, like a lot. My whole second half of the night was basically me and one teammate versus another dude, just one guy. Um, Huge issue in a game mode where it's 2v2, and if you're by yourself you are at a massive disadvantage. So I don't know what they can do for that. I assume maybe once the game comes out there will be some sort of like a penalty system where if you leave matches you can get penalized and not be able to play for a certain period of time, or I'm not really sure what they do about people just being awful human beings and leaving their teammate out to dry, but something, hopefully. So now on to things that I liked or things that I think were great about this alpha. The guns felt great. They all had a really nice recoil. It felt they all the guns felt powerful. They felt different enough that the submachine gun didn't feel like the LMGs, and the snipers felt different than the pistols. Everything was very accurate, I would say, to an extent. The sound was great. Everything sounded different. I mean, just the overall gun design in the game was incredible. I think they did a fantastic job on that, and everything had power behind it. Your different pistols had accurate power compared to everything else. It was just they did a very, very good job of balancing all of that so far with the small selection of weapons that were available in this alpha. Um, and basically, this whole 2v2 mode is awesome. Just in general, I really, really, really like how this feels. It is something that I think can revitalize Call of Duty. Honestly, it is that good. I had so much fun playing this. It is extremely intense and extremely fast paced. If your teammate goes down and you know that there's two people left on the other team, it is extremely stressful but awesome all at the same time. Just constant adrenaline rush of running through and trying to take people out, and they're super short matches. And at the end of it, if there's still people alive, you can run to try to capture a flag, which is, there's a risk and reward to it. You capture the flag fairly quickly, but at the same time, somebody's going to be looking for you and trying to take you out. And at the end of the match, if nobody captures the flag and there's still some people alive, it is based off of who has the most health. left. So these matches, I mean, for a total match, the whole thing is you're trying to get to 6 wins. So even matches that were like 6-5 at the end of it on rounds went one. They were only about 5 minutes long. It was really easy to jump in and play a few matches, but I will say that this game mode is extremely addicting because of the adrenaline rush that it does give you. I found it very hard to jump in and play, one match and then get out. At the end of my playtime with it, I was like, oh, one more match, and then I'll go to bed. And then at the end of that, I was like, yeah, but I could play one more, I guess. It almost has the same feeling that I get with Rocket League, where
Uh
they're 5 minute matches,
oh.
and it's like, hey, I'll just play another one. I'll just play one more. It's
Wow.
5 minutes, no big deal.
So
I was extremely impressed with this.
I've got just a couple quick questions. One,
Yeah.
have they announced any other alphas before? Because this is September 12th when this thing launches. I mean, is there any
They have announced
anything like
a
that?
beta. I don't remember when that was coming. I'm pretty sure we covered it in an episode last week?
Mm,
Question
I think we
mark.
covered it. I just yeah, just trying to see.
Um, let me
Is it beta though? I mean, we probably forgot this too, but do we know if the beta was going to be like a bigger on multiplayer map?
I'm
Seems
looking right now. Give me
uh,
just a second.
aside from all
Um,
that stuff, it sounds wonderful. I mean, it
yeah.
sounds like it's really gonna fucking bring the people who had left the COD series before.
They're doing a lot right, for sure. So it says weekend one is going to be exclusive to PlayStation. It'll
Mhm.
take place on September 12th through the 13th, and that's for early access, so people who have pre-ordered it. And then on September
What?
14th through yeah, it gets really convoluted
Does
here.
this thing launch September 12th?
No.
What?
Oh, you're making me look more stuff up, Jeff.
I'll look that up. I'll look that up. I
I've
swear.
got it right here. Hang on. Give me
Okay.
just a second. Uh,
November 5th. Does it
October 25th.
October 25th? Jesus. I've Googled 3 things and gotten 3 different things.
October 25th. I'm fairly
Okay.
certain on that.
My bad. Go on with the betas.
Okay, so for PlayStation, the open beta for PlayStation only is September 14th through the 16th, and then it'll also be open up on the 21st through the 23rd. So the open to all platforms now is September 19th through the 20th, which is early access as well. So again, if you pre-ordered it, and September 21st through the 23rd is the open beta for all platforms, for all people. You can try it, and it doesn't really say what all is going to be open in the beta.
Yeah,
I
that's
imagine the 2v2 is since it's such a big thing that they're pushing. I imagine that's probably going to be a staple of it, and probably just some regular multiplayer. I doubt you're going to get ground war where it's you might because they probably want to test out ground war
yeah.
with the huge player counts. So I definitely check it out. Honestly, we've talked about it before. I've been really, really not okay with the Call of Duty series lately. Last like I don't know 4 or 5 iterations of it. This one was one that caught my eye as they started talking about it, but I thought it was going to be a lot of the same thing that I've run into before. I absolutely loved this alpha. I am 100% buying this game, no doubt in my mind. It was seriously that good. I had that much fun. Yeah, it's definitely check it out for sure. So
Okay,
there you
cool.
go.
Great. Um, guys, before we close out, if this happens to be our 1-year anniversary, as we alluded to at the start.
Woo!
Doing this the whole fucking year. It's crazy. I was gonna hold it back. I'm not.
Nope.
Did a whole year, 99 editions of Diggity podcast, and then we had some Nintendo Direct stuff in between it. We had the spotlight with Will from Tracksmaster. I mean, there's just a ton of different. I mean, I think in total we're like what 105, 106 published actual episodes. Is
Yeah, something like that.
holy shit,
It's a
crazy.
lot. It's been a busy year, a crazy year. Thanks for those of you that were bared with us while we got through that, like,
Oh,
first
learned
20
how to
episodes.
podcast. Yeah, thanks to the peeps that, decided to stick around while we decided to learn and teach ourselves how to podcast. I feel like we've got a good handle of it.
Yeah.
You have your slip ups here and there, but I mean,
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
what I could take away from this for anyone who's looking to start a podcast out there,
Just
um,
just get into
just
it,
get
and
into it.
you'll learn as you go.
I mean, it probably took 30 some odd episodes before we felt truly comfortable.
Yeah, I
And
think around 20, everything kinda started to balance out, and then
probably took 80 before we figured how to get like a 98% success rate on not having it. I mean, it was it's a learning curve for sure,
Oh,
but
yeah.
blast. I mean, I've had a blast. It's been really cool now. I mean, we've reached that point now where we're starting to climb into the point where people are reaching out to us on Instagram and tagging us and stuff. And we always appreciate that. We really appreciate that. And
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see what 2020 holds. I don't know if you had a favorite moment of the year, but I have one distinct moment that I think was hilarious. And
Lay it on me.
you have to be able to make fun of yourself. So, probably one of my highlights is it way back. I mean, it had to have been one of the first 25 episodes easily. We were talking about Red Dead before it had come out. Okay. And the topic of horses came up. And
I
I
know
don't
what you're talking
I
about.
don't know what number of episodes this was. Probably nobody probably even fucking heard it because it's not, I mean,
It was
now
early.
to the podcast, right? And because it's so early on, in the early days where we get like, like 5 downloads of an episode or something like that. But, um, there we were talking about I think the news had just come out about, like, how your horse was, like, your companion, and it was, like, this big old thing or whatever, like, this huge hype or whatever before the game was coming out, which turned out to be kind of bullshit, honestly. Like, I was not
Yeah.
that attached to my horse. Um, we started chatting and then Brody started going through like the different animals that are in the game in the species. And he's like, yeah, there's like 15 kinds of horses. And I went, wait, hold the fuck up. What do you mean? And he went, what do you fuck do you there's 15 kinds of horses? And I had said, what? Like how what the fuck is how? And you were like, what the fuck do you mean how? Or he's like, it was. I was like, you asked me, do you, what? How many species of horse did you think exist? And I said, fucking one horse. And then you asked me like, you're like, well, what the, dude? I'm like, well, can you fucking name them? And you start naming them off, and you say like the first one you said was Mustang, and I'm like, I just thought that was a fucking fast horse. Like, and you're like, there's different colored ones. I'm like, right, brown horse, black horse, fucking speckled horse. I didn't fucking know there's different kinds of horses. I thought there was just horse.
Oh, there's a ton of different kinds of horse. That was hysterical. I do remember that. I forgot about it until you started talking about the horses. I'm like, "Oh my god."
God, it's gonna be labeled something about Red Dead leak or something like that,
Yeah.
or new info on Red Dead. God, I gotta find the number for that. But yeah, I mean, dude, that that
Oh,
fucking I mean, dude, I really wish we got that on video. I would have trimmed that and put that on YouTube. That probably would have gone viral. I don't shit
that
on
was
horses.
great.
I learned a lot from Red Dead about horses. Tons of horses out there.
Oh,
Crazy,
yeah, and that's not even all of them. That's just what they put in the game, so
not just
but,
horses.
yeah, I don't know if I have a specific favorite moment, but just overall, this has been so much fun to do. I personally, at least, have had a blast doing it. I enjoy probably one of my favorite things is when people reach out to us and chat with us or say they're looking forward to our review on something or whatever it is. The people that reach out to us on Instagram, that means a lot to us, and we love seeing that. We love seeing, just building the community and just talking to people. I mean, if you comment on Instagram to us, I will almost 100% always respond back to you guys. I definitely we want to do anything we can to build a community, and it's slowly happening. I mean, it's been definitely an uphill battle for for a
Sure,
year now, but
anything, man.
we're constantly seeing progress. Constantly, I mean, this is shaping up to be the best month we've had yet, which is awesome. And it's been a blast. And then we're not planning on stopping anytime soon. And our whole mo is we're gonna be brutally honest and always upfront, and never accept money to sway our opinions one way or another. That's why we started this. That's our whole thing. That's what we're here for, is to be the brutally honest people in the community. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, without being trolls.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're not gonna troll anybody, but
That
we're
is
also not gonna say good things about people because they want us to,
no, no,
So
absolutely, yeah, I think, going forward, uh, we I mean, we're gonna continue the podcast just, how we have. We're gonna definitely double and triple down on YouTube in terms of quality and all that stuff. It's been difficult this summer because, just the amount of game news, stuff going on, in both of our lives. We both work full-time jobs, while we do this, and we do this twice a week, so it gets a little stressful, but now that we get into fall and winter, stuff starts to get a little bit more on schedule and planned out. And we got a lot of cool ideas, both on the YouTube channel and just building, I guess, a community as a whole and interacting with that community as a whole. Because I would like to see, I mean, the reason why we did start this, right, was as what you said was, you know, to be honest about video games and to not overcomplicate, I guess, video game journalism, because I feel like it's way overcomplicated just for the sake of overcomplicating it and trying to make it seem like it's incredibly difficult versus just talking about a game,
right,
in your thoughts on it and kind of answering the questions that we think people are asking every day, about these things like the Call of Duty alpha. I like it when one of us plays it and one of us doesn't, because I'm asking questions that the listeners who have not played it are asking. If we both play it, I know everything already. It doesn't make any sense. But and our review system of, buy something, rent it, or wait for it to go on sale, or just don't even touch it, that's what we love and that's what we like. And I'd love to build a community, because where people can communicate with each other, what's the Discord stuff or Reddit and stuff like that, where people can chat with each other that are like-minded in our community, because I think there's a shit ton of people out there that want what we do right now, and want to be able to speak in terms where people don't get butthurt about things, or people don't look at everything with rose-colored glasses, look at for what it is. And they award awesome kick-ass games, and they kind of say the brutal honesty for other ones that just are good, or just trying to get a money grab.
yeah,
So I'm stoked, and I'm excited for what 2020 brings and the rest of this year. And we'll be planning that out. And I think Diggy will have a lot of success. And it's that success is will be all due to, the people that listen now, and the people that listen in the future, for sure.
yeah. And again, thank you all for listening and checking us out, and hopefully sharing with all of your friends. Some that are interested, some that aren't interested. Doesn't matter. Tell them all. But we do really appreciate it, because a podcast is nothing without its listeners, which is sounds corny as shit, but it's true.
Yeah.
We don't move up any ladders or anything without people listening. So yeah, we've absolutely 100% appreciate it, and we'll keep doing what we're doing, and I guess you keep doing what you're doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
listening, sharing, telling people.
Oh yeah. Well, this podcast, guys, takes time and effort to create. If you want to support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/diggity podcast, become a patron over there. That is something we're also looking forward to in 2020, is growing that Patreon out a little bit more and
Diggity thongs.
diggity, maybe. We're gonna print diggity on the butt floss parts. You can hardly even
Right.
see it. Save money. You can also support the show. Sorry, but before that, we do actually want to bring more value to the Patreon. Now that we're building a little bit of a community here, and make it more personal, with the Discord and stuff like that. Maybe make some off the cuff shows and stuff like that, that are private, possibly. I don't know. We're kind of like, meh. If it is, we're not really big fans of like paywall stuff, but we'll see. But nonetheless, we want to make it more value for people there. But you can head over to patreon.com/diggity podcast if you do want to come a patron now. And you can also support the show by heading over to audibletrial.com/diggity. and signing up for a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial on us. You get access to a ton of titles to choose from for your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle, or your MP3 player. Audiobooks fantastic. When you don't have time and you constantly think, in your busy day, I don't have time to read a book, I don't want to carry a book around with me. It is fantastic. I am able to probably get through probably 2 books a month doing this. And listening to a couple minutes here and there, taking notes on it, listening on my ride to work helps a lot too. And the great thing about this too is if you don't like it, you still get to keep the audiobook. So audibletrial.com/diggity. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Diggity Podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Diggity. Look for the little green logo or search Diggity Gaming. You'll find us as well. You can find me on Xbox One. My username is, or my gamer tag, not username. What am I, a noob? My gamer tag is Maple Jeff.
My gamer tag is Luscious Brody, and on PlayStation, you can find me at Wolverine's cousin.
Good God. Guys, leave us a review. It helps a ton. Whether it's a review on Spotify by clicking the stars, or it's a review on Apple Podcasts by clicking the stars and leaving some feedback, or going on our YouTube channel and leaving a comment. God, there's so many ways to leave a review/feedback. Most important part is the feedback, because that allows us to learn what you like about the show and what you don't like about the show. And that ultimately gives us the skills and the knowledge needed to be able to make a better show collectively for everybody. So we really, really, really enjoy the feedback. And the other part too is with the review system. That is how we rise up into stuff. People have done that for us on Spotify, and we're in the top 50 video game podcasts on Spotify right now when you scroll through, which is fucking phenomenal and incredible. But that's basically how you reach up on these platforms. So thank you again to everybody who's listened. Totally pumped for another year of Diggity. Maybe 2020 will be year of the Diggity. Let's call China up real quick. Just ask them if we can change it this year. And until next time, guys, we will see you for the Friday show for episode 100. See ya.